Today I'm going to be talking about pain and how it actually feels. Now obviously pain is something very, very difficult to describe, and so the best way I can really relate it to other people is by using analogies. I have described pain before as being somewhat like when a woman is in that stage of labour where she feels like her baby is no longer something that she's really looking forward to. She's more feeling like this is a parasite, please remove it the hell out of me by any means necessary. Now, yes, I've described it as that. It feels like that, but obviously that doesn't really relay what it feels like for men. So I'm going to try and give a little bit more of a general analogy. When I was, I don't know, back in my teen years, I chipped my front tooth, and basically it broke clean in half, and man, it hurt. It was just absolute agony. If I so much as breathed in through my mouth, just to speak, I would feel like I was receiving electric shocks and so on. If I put my tongue on my tooth, obviously the raw nerve was exposed, and therefore it was super painful. It just felt like just electric surges just going straight through, the whole of my head. And that is very much what a crisis can sometimes feel like. Literally like electrical surges going through your body. Now I'm sure most of you can relate to having a toothache or having your nerve exposed if you've ever had a problem with your teeth and to that degree. And that's what it feels like, but not just obviously in your mouth, it's across various regions of your whole body. If not in specific areas, then all over simultaneously. It really is quite painful. So to give another analogy of what the pain is like, and this is more directed at men, even though for us as women, it's not necessarily discussed, the pain of what it feels like to be kicked in the groin. It is very, very painful for women as it is for men. Maybe not on the same level, but it is extremely painful. Now, if you have, as anyone has actually been in the presence of a man who has been struck in that region, you would see how the man can literally fall to his knees and is like he's instantly disabled. And it would take one hell of a strong man. I'm talking about, your name must be Iron Balls McGinty if you don't even let like a slight involuntary tear just kind of trickle down your eye. You wouldn't be seen as being any less of a man for, weeping a little with that kind of pain. So imagine that kind of pain, that intensity, but in other regions of your body. That is kind of like what a sickle cell crisis is like. It is the worst possible pain you can think of. Consider that and apply it to wherever. And like I said, it might not just be in one specific area, it might be all over simultaneously. That could be in your head, it can be in your knees, it can be in your arms, which is a very strange sensation. There's times where I've had a crisis which is just in my arms, and wow, very, very painful. So yeah, I just wanted to explain to others and just put it in a term where people can kind of maybe empathize a little bit more what that kind of pain is like. Now the thing about it is that it's interesting how if I am to give these kind of analogies for the pain, I'm sure each of you can more or less think, wow, that's really painful, damn, and when a man is kicked in the groin, instantly every man is around him is like, and everyone can empathize, even women. When someone is struck by toothache, maybe they go to work and they're holding their jaw like this the whole day. Everyone can empathize. If you need emergency services to, like an emergency operation to quickly sort out that tooth or a cavity that is gotten an exposed nerve. Let's try that again. Or if you have you know, a cavity that has caused you to have like an exposed nerve that is causing so much pain, everyone can kind of relate, and you automatically will get an appointment because you are seen as being an emergency. You're not really kept waiting as much because it's like, hell, this person is in pain, let's deal with them right now, you know. Whereas when you have a sickle cell crisis, the pain is parallel and probably even more than that, and we don't necessarily get the same ear. It's like, oh, are you exaggerating? Oh, you're just pretending. Oh, I'm sure it's not that bad. You know, walk it off. Or, you know, I've had so many different responses. I've even had one of my colleagues, when I worked in a particular place, I'm not going to name names, a few years back, actually questioned my sanity. If it was not that I was actually in pain, it's whether I had a mental disorder, because why else would I be taking so much time off from work? Whew. Can anybody say bitch slap? That's what I wanted to be able to do, but I couldn't. So I just had to suck it in, you know, and I didn't even know what pain was worse at that particular point, the pain of the crisis that I was still in the midst of, or the pain from refraining from taking it out on her. But anyway, there is a lot of ignorance, and I did just want to let it be known that this is kind of what the pain is like. So please just don't assume that a person can just pull themselves together, you know, because if we could, believe me, we would. And majority of the time, because of the fact that other people don't understand the degree of pain we are in, we hide it most of the time anyway. That's the thing. By the time you see an outward expression of our pain, by us maybe calling out or crying or reaching for pain relief, we have already surpassed the kind of pain that you can even begin to imagine. So that was just my piece on that. I'm going to be doing another little clip on pain in regards to childbirth, because I know a couple of women have actually mentioned that to me, and you know, their concerns for those who haven't given birth before. So that will be the next clip. I'll be right back soon. Don't forget to be